We will see, but I think Islam, he will take him down, control the fight on the ground, and finish Volkanovski maybe before time. But he's tough fighter, so we will see. But if I have put my money, I will put for Islam, and his game. I think his wrestling is just unbelievable, and he's gonna use it, take him down, control him on the ground. Maybe submission. We will see.
I think Makhachev's weight is going to be a big issue. I think going from 145 to 155 isn't always, that drastic. But when you come to wrestling, that's where we see the weight advantage, carry the most weight. So Islam being a great wrestler and being the bigger guy, I think it's really going to wear on Volkanovski. And I think we're probably going to see like a late second round TKO, if not early third round TKO, just from Islam wrestling Volkanovski, holding him down, wearing him out, and then start to chip away with ground and pound.
Yeah, I've got Alex Volkanovski, obviously, Australian through and through, and I've seen Alex fight from many years ago on the local scene. Actually cornered against him a few times, and that didn't go too well for our corner. But obviously, backing him 100%. I was lucky enough to go down and spend about 4 or 5 weeks with these guys before Christmas training. So I get to see how he trains and how cerebral he is and how smart he is and dedicated. And I think he's got all the tools to win this fight. And I think a lot of people are going to be upset come Feb 12th.
So things that go in Volk's favor in this fight is that Volk is very disciplined and sticks to a game plan very well.
Yep.
Can fight well, generally tends to fight well on the back foot. And he has really, really good endurance. And, he's got really good endurance. And he's from, he does a lot of his work at City Kickboxing, which is a very good anti-wrestler gym.
Yep.
Things that don't really go in his favor is the obvious, that he is considerably smaller than Makhachev. And then we haven't really seen what Volkanovski's like against the wrestler, really. Like, the best wrestler he's fought, or like the only really great wrestler he's fought, has been Chad Mendes in Chad Mendes' sort of retirement fight, where Chad Mendes kind of had his foot out the door a little bit. And Mendes still managed to get Volkanovski down. He didn't really hold him down much, but he got him down and he managed to progress through some controlling positions. So that there is that. I do feel like this is probably Makhachev's fight. However, if Volkanovski sticks to game plans very well. If Volkanovski wins, it'll be 5 rounds of him, outside calf kicking and moving away and that kind of thing. Whereas Makhachev winning would probably end up getting quite ugly. Although saying that, Makhachev has never really been the big ground and pounder that Khabib was. He's just a very kind of similar to Gordon Ryan in a few ways, just a very lots of leg control, lots of that half guard and that progressing, being willing to give up a step, but getting people stuck in defensive cycles as you're going through offensive cycles.
Mm-hmm.
He shades very well. Threatens the Kimura, you'll wrench your arm off if he gets the Kimura. If not, you turn. He goes quarter mount. Quarter mount doesn't score in jiu-jitsu, but it's MMA, so who cares? So he just starts moving up and he hits, and then you start turning, he isolates the arms. It's all this getting people in a defensive cycle. So it'll be interesting to see if Volkanovski can break that defensive cycle, or if ideally he can avoid getting put in it entirely. But it's going to be a struggle. It's a real uphill struggle for Volkanovski.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.